Hello and welcome to Shine Like a North Star. It's great to see everybody today. I understand that we're going through a bit of a winter phase and I wanted to bring in some hope and perspective. I just finished a coaching call with a leader that I am so proud of. She has talked about doing some really tough conversations with her staff and kind of getting them in the circle. We've talked lots about getting in the circle. What I found most impressive about this call is her own ability to embrace her development. So here's a trend that I see happening in a few different companies that I'm working with right now. And I want to challenge you to think a little differently yourselves, or maybe you're already on the Shine Like a North Star page and you're embracing this. And that is the idea of professional development. So how many of you, raise your hands, have been in companies recently during the last 11 months with COVID where we've stopped professional development? People are in this incident command, they're problem solving, they're certainly adjusting to all of the changes that we've had going on. And there seems to be this general hard stop to development. And I want to push the envelope. And maybe I should have talked about this months ago because it's been wearing on me, frankly, that in a time of really upside down change like the pandemic, people are being furloughed, roles are changing, demands for different things being built, how we interact with our kids, homeschooling, fears, all that stuff up in the air. Growing ourselves is actually an extremely resilient activity. And we're worried about burnout and resilience. Right? We're worried about people just being tasked with too much, too little, too many unknowns, a hot mess. And yet we're not empowering people with that opportunity to really grab a hold of the reins. This is just a crazy irony to me. So when I was talking with this leader about some team development that we're doing, and she was sharing this book that she's reading and her goal this year was to develop herself and the culture she's building on her team, I was just smiling through the phone and said to her, I hope you can hear my huge smile. And she was like, I totally can. And it was just a moment of check-in with her and admiration for her embracing learning and development in a company that maybe isn't doing that much of it right now. So think through your own environment, first of all, for yourselves. What's your learning and development? I've been pummeling through some podcasts that I've really enjoyed. They challenge my thinking. They give me some intellectual, not only stimulus, but conversation points that I can bounce through different colleagues and people that I'm coaching. And it also just keeps my head out of the gutter. Just this overwhelm. I think a few Shine Like the North Star visits ago, I talked about putting on a SPF 30 shirt as my sort of informal casual shirt for doing the conversation with you. And that was partly just, I was just feeling overloaded, which is completely fine, and strategize around it, right? And so for me that night was putting on the SPF 30 t-shirt that I can't wear in any fun country right now. But in all fairness, it is also embracing what you're ready to learn about, where you're ready to grow, driving your own professional development, because maybe you're in, like many of the companies that I'm working with, where we're learning rubber hitting the road, bumping our head against stuff when it doesn't work. We're not necessarily intentionally designing learning for our teams. So at the very least, get on a learning rampage yourself, buy some books, get some podcasts, do some listening. There's a ton of free stuff out there. I'm really admirable about sort of my coaching and consulting crew colleagues. They're offering a lot of free stuff, just like this video, I guess, in principle. So pick your interest, Google stuff, listen and learn. Be like this leader that I worked with tonight, who is just really carving the path for you on reading, changing culture, preparing herself for how slow the growth is, because her team's kind of entrenched in some victim thinking. You know, their interpersonal dynamics are not fantastic. Like many of the departments I'm working with, we're just not showing up our best right now. That's okay. Start making progress. So at the very least, own your own development. This will help build your resilience. It's going to help you feel empowered. It's going to give you some framework to think through some of the complexities are happening and some of the concepts that are just maybe missing right now as we think through how we're building our new reality. And the other side of it is if you are in a position where you can grow others or position them, that's where the exponential wins really happen, right? Is not only are you sort of controlling what you can control, it's learning and developing yourself and learning what your team needs to develop. The real win is you're now having a team that's engaged in a different way. They're thinking through tools and strategies they can kind of put in their wheelhouse to drive towards this change of whatever the new reality is. I was laughing because this year I was scheduled to be the MC of a conference in Chicago. Of course, it got canceled. And the conference coordinator had reached out because they did some pieces of it online and didn't need an MC, and I did a presentation thing for them. And she reached out after and kind of said, like, so what do you think for next year? And I kind of giggled and said, none of us know best practice at this point. Like there's still this phase of floundering and fatigue and pushing the boulder up the hill. What I'm saying to all of you is, where are you willing to develop? Where are you ready to develop? Start doing that. Out of it, you will feel more set up for success. Some resilience will be infused into your day-to-day work. Even if you're at home and you're looking for work, give yourself some of that privilege to build up your own resources. And even better, have a smart conversation with a colleague or a friend. Build someone else as well. This is what we can control. And I frankly am just surprised by how much I'm seeing it. And I want to say, I don't know if discouraged is the right way, but making a plea to everyone listening. Grow yourself and invest in others. Whether that's formally or informally, smart conversations, or you're rolling out a leadership development plan. Whatever that is, learning and developing is a way to build resilience, and it's a way to feel that we're in control of things that are really out of our control, because COVID is still not stabilized, obviously. And it's a way to give people that sense of control over what's happening. So that is my nugget for tonight, Shine Like a North Star. My name is Carrie Burchell. I'm a consultant, and my specialty is helping adults work together well. So that could be everything from coaching, leadership development, team building, facilitating, training, any of these kind of concepts that we've talked about in recent Shine Like a North Star. And my company is named North Star Coaching. So check me out, and I would love you to follow our YouTube live sessions. If you have any questions, I would love an email, or you can communicate with me through my website. I want to support you as you control what you can, which is, at the very end of the day, yourself. So let's grow together as we prepare for our new reality. Stay safe, everybody, and thank you for your commitment to building whatever that reality looks like. Bye.